What's up, NASCAR 15 fans? David Land here, and welcome to the second race of my career mode here in NASCAR 15. The demand was great enough for this that I will continue it. So for you guys, keep going down in the comments, keep writing your comments, keep hitting the like button on this video, and the NASCAR 15 career mode will continue. So let's take a look at the driver's standings first, just to give you guys a reminder of where we are. We got 6th place at the Daytona 500, so we're 6th place in the points standings. And you may notice the car looks a little bit different than it did in Daytona because we picked up a sponsor in the form of Mechanics Wear. Now they're only on the car for a budget contribution of 14,000 credits for 14 races. Don't know if that's going to be 14,000 credits for each race they're on the car or what. But since they're the only sponsor that decided to come on after our Daytona 500 run, I decided to give them the primary slot on the car, at least for this race, just to kind of thank them for their contribution to our team heading into Atlanta, and hopefully we'll be able to pick up more sponsorship as we head into Atlanta. You may notice I've already qualified the car in 30th position, so we're ready to go here at Atlanta, and hopefully we'll have a great race. So let's take a look at the starting grid. Brad Keselowski will start on the pole. Clint Boyer will be alongside him. Dale Jr. and Carl Edwards in row 2. We'll go down through the rest of the field to see where your favorite driver will be starting for today's race. There I am in 30th position. We go down through the rest of the field with Danica and Chase in the back, and starting shotgun on the field will be Michael Annett. So it's going to be an exciting race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Tire wear is going to be a huge issue. Let's see what happens as we hand it over to Mike Joy and Darrell Waltrip.
Welcome to Hampton, Georgia, and our coverage of the Advocare 500. Alongside Darrell Waltrip, I'm Mike Joy.
Mike, I love this racetrack. It is so fast. When you head off in the first turn here, you're wide open. You go down in the corner. It's like riding a roller coaster. This joint is fast, and it will get your attention.
Bobby Labonte has 6 wins here, Darrell, and Jeff Gordon 5. Who do you like today?
I like Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson is who I'm going to put my money on. He's got a 10th place average finish here. Jimmy Johnson's the man.
Atlanta's long been one of NASCAR's fastest and most competitive speedways. Will today's winner be right down around the white line in the corner, or will he be up in the Harry Gant groove, almost scraping the outside wall?
So here we are, ready to go at Atlanta, starting alongside 6-time champion of this race, Bobby Labonte, as you heard in that intro. We're coming down very slowly. Wheel spin is going to be a big manageable issue here as we're underway. You hear the voice of Darrell Waltrip. We actually managed the wheel spin really well on this start, and we're actually going to get up alongside Paul Menard into turn number 1, shifting into 4th gear. Casey Mears, our rival from Daytona, tried to get underneath us, and I got up into the wall because I was just trying to avoid him, avoid a confrontation early on in this race. Now we're just getting absolutely swarmed as we head down into turn number 3. That was not exactly what I wanted to do here. So 3 wide between Michael Waltrip and Michael Annett. Thankfully, we did not get past there anymore. There could be some shenanigans, though, heading into turn number 1. I'm kind of expecting it at this point. Josh Wise almost clips down in front of me. Thankfully, nothing too crazy happened there. They're 3 wide out in front. And there's really nowhere for me to go, so I'll try to drive around the outside of Danica Patrick here. Can we do it? Yes, we can. So around Danica Patrick. But again, like I said, there will be some shenanigans in this race, I'm almost positive. The cars love to break in random places on this track, as you see right there as we slide under several cars going through the dogleg tri-oval. And I got into Michael McDowell there. Actually, he may have gotten more into me than I got into him, but whatever. We're not even up to our qualified position yet. But the draft is very strong right now. My controller's vibrating, so I'm doing something right. Regan Smith gets a little bit loose in turn number 3 and 4. But he able... And I just ran into the back of Jamie McMurray for no reason. Yaley's coming up in the rotating door of the 23. Rotating door of drivers in the 23, I should say. I've got essentially three versions of NASCAR games, with this Heat Evolution and the Heat Evolution 2017 update, and there's a different driver in the 23 in every single one of those games. So here we go, behind Jamie McMurray, getting a big draft off of him. We're going to try to get around the outside of Eric Almirola, but he's going to break. I don't know how I didn't run into the back of him. That was just incredible amounts of luck there required for that one. Ooh, we're going to get into Jamie McMurray. We're going to get revenge for all those people he took out in the Daytona 500, I guess. Oh my goodness, there's 3 or 4 cars going underneath all at the same time. Logano very slow on the outside. And now he's going to almost cut down in front of me.
There's a 9-second gap to the leader.
We bounced off of him, put him in the wall. Everybody's going to have their Atlanta stripes rather than their Darlington stripes after this race. We're back to 37th. This is not exactly where I wanted to be or how I wanted this race to go. Oh, big into the wall there was McDowell. And now Danica has just absolutely put me into the wall there. And we've got a yellow. So McMurray is actually going to be the one that they call the yellow on after getting into the wall, spinning down the track and into the inside wall. So in for the first pit stop, it's going to be a big time race dependent on tires. So every opportunity I'm going to get, as long as track position isn't amazing, we're coming in for tires. We're also doing a little bit of repair work and fuel. So let's get back out there. All right, so we'll take the restart in last position, but hopefully we can get a green flag run in here. Yes, I'll start at the tail of the field. Now, green is out. No wheel spin. Yes, perfect restart, at least in terms of my management of the wheel spin, and we're going to get under several cars here. And into turn 1, the spotter was impressed with that, so that's always good. Ooh, car's a little bit twitchy on the new tires. So we'll drive around the outside here as Newman just will absolutely pile in underneath. And now we're just in an absolute cluster down here. And now this is the problem that Atlanta always has, is that cars on old tires will really slow down the guys on new tires and cause absolute chaos. As you can see right here, is they're going like 55 miles an hour and I'm going 180 heading into turn number 1. Wow, that's crazy. Oh, there goes Yaley up into the wall. Thankfully did not bring out the yellow. So we'll continue racing. We'll bully Austin Dillon just a little bit. I'll try to stay in this outside lane. It seems like it's going to be the safe bet, as I completely screw that up as well. And Menard has just decided to stop in the middle of the track, with Biffle coming up behind, and we'll get around Menard there, so no problems. And into turn number 1 once again. I actually locked up the brakes a little bit there. I was a little bit worried about Ryan Newman. He was looking a little bit like he was going to cause some issues. Oh, and we are just sliding, and Kurt Busch gets into us. Well, I lost it off of turn 4. That actually looks exactly like what happened in the clash with Jimmy Johnson and Kurt Busch. All right, I'm going to take track position right now. We've got more or less new tires. There was no real wear on them, so no reason to come in. We're starting alongside Kurt Busch. So 22nd position. Can we manage the wheel spin on this one? A little bit of wheel spin, but this time another good restart. So can I come through the gears fairly well and kind of outpace some of these guys on the new tires? So around the outside, try not to over-stress the tires though, because that's what I did the last time in turn 2. Rick Vickers just about turned down on the pole sitter Keselowski in the beer wagon. You can see what new tires was able to do for Keselowski as he just pulled absolutely around us very, very quickly on the inside. But we'll run in the outside lane here as Edwards piles into the wall, and they go 4 wide, with Keselowski just somehow finding room in the center of all that. Newman going very slow. And now Keselowski's trapped in traffic behind Menard. And we'll just stick around the bottom, be very, very cautious, because silly things can happen as Josh Wise in the Doge car goes underneath. We piled into Larson just a little bit as well. You're gonna notice I'm gonna make commentary on things that happen a long way back, because this track, like Darrell Waltrip said in the intro, is very, very fast, and there's a lot of stuff that goes on at this track. So I may comment on things that happened a while ago. Ooh, I got into the back of Cole Witt there. There comes Clinton Boyer through the middle. and I had to really back out of it there. I still have to back out of it. Thankfully, Michael Waltrip was there to stop my car from getting completely into the wall. And Ryan Newman down on the inside. We're just going to bounce off of him just a little bit. And into turn 3 once again. Somebody going very slow on the inside. Very slow on the inside. Wow, we are 6 wide there for a second, as McDowell just absolutely came through there. I'm not sure even how that was a thing that happened. But Michael McDowell made an absolutely dynamite move there, making it 6 freaking wide. And made it stick.
First is in front by 8 seconds.
So 8 seconds is the lead for Jimmy Johnson. So Darrell Waltrip from the intro is looking pretty smart at the moment. He picked Jimmy Johnson to win this thing.
Let's go. Step it up.
And we're going to see if he's actually right. The spotter's telling me to move up high, but I feel like the inside lane's a little bit faster right now, especially because our tires aren't completely worn right now. So I'm just going to play it conservative here. We're going to stay in the center lane for turn 1 and 2. So McDowell's looking a little bit slow on the inside there. Try not to spin off of the corner. Car is a bit loose, but it's a very manageable loose. Of course, you know, if you ask somebody what is fast, generally they'll say loose is fast, as we've already got cars pitting. Harvick and it looks like maybe Hamlin there.
Doing great, man.
That's going to be another thing that's going to be really screwy about this. The pit entrance is crazy on this track, and pit strategy is going to be crazy on this track. It's usually crazy in NASCAR 15, but even more so because of the tire wear and the wall glitch as well.
Come on. Come on.
I saved it. I maybe shouldn't have, but I did. The car is damaged after making contact with the wall. Now I've got to make sure the car can just handle driving here, as we just get passed by everybody. Casey Mears just completely
Nice pass, man. Keep
mauls
working.
Mike Lynette. Now we're spinning, and the rivalry with Casey Mears continues. Well, let's see. Well, he looked like he just brake checked there, got into him, spun across the front and straightaway and into Kurt Busch once again.
We need to be fast here. In and out.
Once again, we're seeing a majority of the field coming into the pits, so we're not going to lose a ton of time, but everybody in the back is going to be on fresh tires, so it may be an interesting restart. All right, let's see if we can actually get a green flag run in this time. We're starting alongside Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin here, so they must be a lap down after pitting early. So they kind of got bamboozled by that strategy, coming in early. And we're back to green. Lots of cars getting wheel spin. Hamlin just, I mean, he just got an amazing restart. Pulled way up to the front. And somebody got a really bad restart in the back and caused a lot of mayhem. So we're back to racing. Right along the yellow line. Here comes McMurray in the McDonald's car. Or should I say McFlurry. I coined that name back in the NASCAR Heat Let's Play. Look at this mess in 3 and 4. I mean, that is, there's not a car in it. There's not a space without a car in it, seems like, going through there. We'll go down to the inside, and why not? We'll join this mess.
Nice pass.
As they're still very slow. I got down on the apron just to avoid a few guys just absolutely flying around. If we don't have the big crash here in a second, I'll be very surprised.
On your bumper.
But if we can make it through all this nonsense, we may actually get a green flag run in. We'll just have to see. Oh boy, they are 4 wide, about 2 or 3 rows deep there. This is just, look how crazy this is. There's so many cars packed together. There we go. I can just get around that whole mess right there.
Nicely done, man.
And we'll just try to maintain this position. We're up here with the front row of Boyer and Keselowski once again. Car sliding just a little bit through turn 2. That seems to be where I'm having some trouble getting through there. 3 and 4, I'm pretty good. Okay, where's the craziness going to happen? I'm expecting it. There's Jeff Gordon going fairly slow there. Can we get to the inside of Johnson? Yes, but cars are passing on the outside as well, so we probably didn't gain very much there. And can we get underneath McDowell? He tried to chop down. Thankfully, he thought better of it. His spotter probably helped me out. Saved me a bit there. Can we go 4 wide? Yes, we can.
Nice pass, man.
Wow, I can't believe I pulled that one off either. Still up with McMurray. How is he up
Oh, you're
here?
outside.
I'll never understand it. He must have followed me through. So we'll continue to race with McFlurry here. Can we get that draft off of him? Yes, we can. Down through the dog leg and into turn number 1 once again. So we're actually really strong right now.
Watch your mirror. He's coming up fast.
We'll have to
We're on
see.
the high
We may
side.
be one of the first cars with
Looking
new
inside.
tires on this strategy. So if that's the case, a lot of these guys are
We're on
going
the
to be
left.
pitting in the next few laps.
Two back.
May
coming
give
low.
me the advantage and take the lead over if, again, we can keep this thing green, lean, mean, and green. That's kind of
Clear low.
our strategy. It usually is our strategy because it usually works out when the race stays green for us. And I'm trying my
Three back. Coming low.
darndest to make
Watch
it
your
so that
inside.
it's not staying green by just jumping into the wall.
Clear right.
Thankfully, it didn't damage the car any. No harm, no foul.
Clear
Well,
left
maybe a
side.
little bit of harm. But, all right.
front's heading to the
Boyer,
pit.
here we go. Car's coming into the
Watch
pits.
your rear.
So I'm going to stay way wide. Because craziness always seems to occur when
Just
cars
keep
are
a good pace. You're doing
hitting.
good. Closing on the bottom.
Thankfully, I didn't go wall glitch there when I got
40 to
boxed
go.
out by
Keep it going.
Edwards. And I really should be racing Boyer because Boyer is the car that I think we're going to have to race if we want to win this thing. Because Keselowski's nowhere to be found, and he was the pole sitter, and of course Boyer is the outside pole sitter, or was the outside pole sitter. And Allgaier leads the race, but I assume he will be in for a stop very shortly as the car bucks and
Okay, let's go find your next victim.
kind of washes out a bit through turns 3 and 4. So I got to experiment with some lines here. Try to maybe stay a little bit higher on the track. Will that help or hurt my cornering? It actually helped it. If I can, yes, okay. I felt the car sliding a bit, but we got around
Clear on the
Boyer.
outside.
So where's the pit stop going to happen? There's
Clear
got to
right
be
side.
somebody coming in that's going to ruin
Car
this.
closing on the inside.
Nope, nobody coming. And we got to stay ahead of McFlurry, which we do. There are cars in the pit, so Stenhouse takes over the
5 second gap
lead.
between you and the leader.
And we're
Car two
just
back.
these 3 cars. If we can pass them, there's just only a couple more
Car
up
approaching
there
high.
that are in a pack that have kind of pulled away from our group. Probably just because they had clear track and track
Clear
position
right.
on that restart. And Boyer got back around down the back straightaway, which is a little bit frustrating. And I'm expecting cars to peel off here as well. But nobody seems to want to, so we'll just kind of hold station here for a little while. Looks like Chase Elliott's up here as well. He had a poor qualifying, but he is up there. And there is
Car on the bottom,
Boyer
3 back.
trying to make it
Leader,
around
6
the
seconds
outside
ahead.
of Edwards and
Left side's
Allmendinger.
clear.
And the 3 of them almost crashed up there. I can't believe they did not. Very close. They're still 3 wide. Wow, that's quite a
3
race
back,
going on
coming
up
low.
there.
He's coming low.
And here comes McMurray, but he couldn't get there. And he got into the wall, in fact, trying to pass me. So I guess we're on the strategy of the rest of these guys. So we're a legitimate 8th on track in terms of
7
strategy
seconds
and
ahead to the lead
pace.
car.
So that's interesting to think about. Now, can I get up to Allmendinger? Because I've definitely lost pace to Boyer. He seems to be, like I said before, he's probably the fastest car at the track today. Boy, I just
up top.
feather the throttle constantly
We're on
there.
the low side.
And McMurray's going to really get a big
outside.
run here. And he may
We're just
be
as fast
around
as
as
him.
we head
Let's
into
chase it back
turn number
down.
1. No, he had to brake really
Lights
early. In
off there,
fact, he
bud.
got into Chase Elliott a little bit. He backed up so much into the corner. Still the car sliding in turn 2. Just can't keep it straight through there. But thankfully we're out of the mess. I mean, if you look on the map and see about mid-pack, they are just still stacked on top of each other. So as long as we're out of that, things are going much better than they were. And there was a car pitting, but it was a car that I guess is a lap car because we didn't
Keep
gain any
pushing. You gained a
positions.
couple tenths on the car in front.
That's a lot of understeer. Is it going to allow McMurray now? No, it doesn't. McMurray is running the same pace we are. In fact, we're kind of holding up this line a bit.
Car in front's heading to the
And
pit.
here we go. Got some cars pitting in. In fact, it's Boyer. So we're not on the same strategy as Boyer. We've got plenty of fuel on board for at least the next few laps.
That's my boy. Keep going.
So up
Nice
to
pace.
second behind Edwards, who is, I guess, he is actually the leader on our strategy. So we were actually racing Edwards. All right. That's Jimmy Johnson coming out of the pits, I believe. He's in a patriotic paint scheme. And are we going to be able to clear him? It's not really going to matter, but he's in last place because he's on fresh tires, and he's probably going to make quick work of us. Yep, like I said, but we're going to actually try to take over the lead.
And you're clear.
But Johnson spins
Caution's out.
and brings out the yellow. Wow. So Jimmy just braked. I was underneath him, and I just turned him. And he spins through the infield, and that'll let us pit under the yellow, and oh wow, into Carl Edwards.
Ready.
This has created a very weird situation where a lot of the cars in the field stayed out under that yellow. Mainly just the top 10 came into the pits. So I don't know how this is going to work out. We're probably going to be at the back again, and more craziness. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought. We're actually going to restart in P13. I guess a lot of cars were a lap down after pit cycles. So here we go, back to the green. Once again behind Bobby Labonte. Got some wheel spin that time. And Brad Keselowski got into me.
Car outside.
Thankfully,
Get to your corner. We can do this.
nothing
Gotta
too
keep
bad
focused.
happened.
Right's clear.
And we'll run 20th here at the restart. So Boyer just got passed by Stenhouse, who seems to be pretty strong, as well as Stewart gets up into the wall as he passes Bobby Labonte. Wow, that's a bit excessive
One
there,
back,
Tony.
coming low.
So now we'll try to use these fresh tires to all their advantage. And a nice run off of turn number 4. Are they going to slow up in the tri-oval?
30 to
What do you
go.
think?
3-0.
Boom! Right to the inside of a
Keep
lot of
rolling.
guys. Pick up about 6 spots there. Yaley very slow. And around Stewart as well. A lot of old USAC guys all together
Looking
here.
high.
3 wide with Earnhardt and Busch. And Earnhardt's going to actually block us just a little bit.
Car 2 back.
A lot, actually.
Looking low.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
caution's out. Go
Junior
out of the
Nation's not
spotlight.
going to be happy about that one. Well, he blocked down to the inside, but that's not an excuse to wreck a guy. We also took out almost Tony Stewart, and it looks like Martin Truex. No, it's Biffle as well. So we didn't actually gain anything. We're restarting 13th once again. That's interesting. Okay, take 2. Let's try not to get a bad restart this time. Can we do it? Reed is out.
Really good. Come on, man.
And no wheel spin. A little bit of wheel
One back,
spin.
coming high.
But we kept the majority of the people that were behind us, so... Okay. Michael Annette is the next car we're going to try
On
to
the bottom,
pass.
one back.
As we almost got into Larson. He almost gets loose. Annette almost
got
gets
this,
loose. He gets into the back of Kane. And now Labonte's down at the inside trying to get his 7th win at this track. Or 8th win at this track. I can't remember exactly what the numbers were now. They're 3 wide up in front with a lot of guys
Nice pass.
getting all jammed up here. And we'll go around
Clear
them
left.
and around Kurt Busch
Stay high.
and into Martin Truex,
inside,
through
just
Martin
looking.
Truex.
Car 3
Oh
back.
well. Sorry,
Clear all
Truex.
around.
Oh. Bad
Coming
understeer.
low.
Bad understeer.
Watch your
There's
inside.
literally nothing I could do about that. The car just
Clear on the
decided, nope,
inside.
I don't want to turn anymore.
Car up top. One back.
Okay,
Coming on the
underneath
right side.
Jeb. Wow, there is
Coming on
just
the
a.
outside.
I'm picked up a bad understeer now. Here comes Kyle Busch, helping his bro out, Kurt Busch,
Car approaching low.
as the car slid through turn number 4,
First is leading by 3 seconds.
and Reagan has taken over the lead in the 3 chicken tenders car. I don't even know if that's a relevant joke anymore because I think they got rid of the 3 chicken tenders
Car up
sign.
top, just
Oh,
looking.
Michael Annette, what
That's
is?
not cool.
Yeah, it's not cool. It's not cool to get passed by Michael Annette when he's going like 20 miles an hour faster than me.
Looking inside.
Good grief. You get the Rush Truck Center's car ahead of me and the pilot car behind in front of me.
Looking low.
So we've got the truck stops all over the place.
Today, buddy.
Bounce off the wall. Wow, okay.
There's 5
Okay.
gap between you
That
and the
was
leader.
a thing that happened. And there's
We're on the left.
Hamlin, who is off the lead lap still.
He's
I wonder
charging.
actually how many cars are a lap down in this. I haven't really been paying attention.
You're all clear.
I'm guessing Hamlin and Harvick because they got caught
Car
out
runs
after
into
that
the pit.
first yellow, and now their car's pitting. So I'm just
Closing
gonna
on the bottom.
jump to the outside because there's just
Looking low.
always shenanigans when cars pit. Off
Nice
turn
and easy.
4.
Just keep doing
Wow,
what you've been doing.
slid through the corner. Slid all the way down the straightaway, through the grass. And in turn 1, relatively
Go to the
unscathed.
high side.
And there goes Yaley getting into the wall in turn 2. And around Bain we go. Fantastic.
Clear low.
Just a little bit of a kiss of the wall.
7 seconds ahead to the lead
And
car.
can we get underneath Austin Dillon with, no we can't. He's going to have way more center corner speed. And I'm going to try to drive the car off the corner, but I don't really do a great job of it. T-Bane
Watch your
getting in the
rear.
draft there. In fact, we're coming down to 20 laps to go, more or
Clear up
less.
high.
We may be able to make this race
Car
one more
outside.
stop.
Trying to get to your corner.
And if that's the case,
Discharge it.
we may be looking really good.
Go to the low side.
Good grief,
Car
Trevor.
approaching your rear.
Good grief.
Watch your mirror. He's coming up fast.
That was an
Keep high,
unbelievable
keep high.
move. How did he pull that off?
He's coming high.
I love
Check
being
your
able to
outside.
run the apron as well. Oh, 3
Car
wide.
inside, just looking.
Wow. Okay. At least Hamlin's
9
being
second gap to the
courteous
leader.
because he's a lap down. I appreciate that.
He's right
But-
on you.
Kane was not so courteous. Just completely ran me over there. I don't know, I'm struggling on this stint. I don't know what the problem is. There's already a car in the pits. David Reagan still continues to
Go to
have
work
an
now, buddy. Come
absolutely massive lead in the tenders
Discharge it.
special.
Car closing on the
And
inside.
on the throttle, Hamlin's underneath, and he's going to make the
Two
pass,
back,
even
coming
though
low.
he's a lap
Car
behind.
approaching your rear.
As well as Michael McDowell, also a lap behind. Josh Wise is surprisingly not a lap
All
behind.
clear.
So now we're back to the struggling on old tires stint, part of the stint. But we still got half a tank of fuel here, so we got a long way to go on these tires. So I've just got to be very cautious. Just slide a little bit off the corner. But Reagan's got a half a lap lead
Okay,
on me.
20 to
Boy,
go.
he's really got the setup figured out. Thankfully, I'm kind of out of the packs right now. There's kind of a pack ahead and a pack behind, and I'm not part of either of it. So that's kind of nice. I appreciate that. And in fact, Carl Edwards is directly behind me now.
Car on the bottom, 3 back.
So he was on our strategy. May have changed a little bit recently.
He's coming on the inside.
Now Michael
Let's go,
McDowell
the car behind
really
us, scan on
slow
us.
as the spotter yells at me.
Clear high.
And Edwards, is he going to get a move done?
Watch your mirror. He's coming up fast.
No.
Watch
Yes.
your rear.
He looked to the outside, but
Outside's
just
clear.
couldn't pull it off. So we'll keep
You
on
made
the
a 4/10
throttle, a
on the guy
little
in
bit of a
front.
slide off the corner.
Got a car behind.
And into turn number 3 once again. There was actually a car up in the wall
Car
in
in
turn
front,
3.
heading to the pit.
And we've got pitting more
Cover your
pitting.
outside.
It's
Looking
Labonte
high.
going into the pits. So the
Coming on the
strategies
high
are starting to work their way into this
Come on, man. Keep that
race
momentum.
once
Keep that
again.
momentum. Right's clear.
Biffle has actually taken over the lead, so David Reagan had to come in, clearly on a very different strategy
Low
than
side's clear.
the majority of us. And now actually I'm going to close in on Josh Wise a
That's
little
full
bit
second
here.
you made up on the driver in front. Way to go, buddy.
So the spotter points out the obvious, which I just pointed out. So here we go, more pit stops occurring.
Looking outside.
Larson and Yaley,
One back,
and Menard,
coming
and
high.
a
That's
whole
it,
host
dude.
of
Every
others.
position is more points.
Edwards made a big move to the outside and gets around for 12th.
Clear up top.
Vickers now leads. Oh, wow, okay. That was
Car
a
up top,
little
just
close
looking.
with Edwards there.
Clear up high.
And they're 3 wide there with Keselowski and Hamlin, who is still a lap down. And Wise on the outside. Boy, they love running 3 wide around here, that's for sure. But yeah, I think we are going to be able to make this our last pit
Car in
stop.
front's heading to the pit.
And I'm not so sure about the rest of the field, but for me, for sure, I think I can make it on 15 laps on 1 tank of fuel. Which is really, really beneficial, actually. Could really pay off here at the end of the race. But we're still actually running where our Daytona 500 pace kind of dictated we should be running. As David Reagan's going to go down the inside. He's a lap behind after pit stop, so I don't have to worry too much about him. Well, he's just going to spin
Clear on
himself
the
out.
outside.
Sorry, David Reagan. And here we go. Big run off the corner. As the lap car of Hamlin's going to hold up Keselowski. We'll get around Keselowski.
Goes out, going to caution.
And a
Going to
yellow.
caution.
Pit lane shenanigans cause more trouble. And what in the world was Trevor Bayne doing? But he took Regan Smith completely out, and Cole Whitt gets collected as well. All right, what should be the final pit stop of the day. About half the field came in, half the field did not, but I think most of them are a lap down, so we're not going to have to worry too much about having to pass as many cars as otherwise would have to. So here we go, the stop is over, and back on the track we go. All right, we'll restart in P number 4 with 12 laps to go. Here we go. Ryan Newman and Kyle Busch are the 2 cars we got directly ahead of us. Green is out. A little bit of wheel spin there. Joey Logano just dumped us. Unsurprising. Got a little bit of wheel spin, and then that's a dump right there, folks. It wasn't as bad as it could have been. We'll restart 20th with still several cars laps down. Vickers got the lucky dog, ironically, considering his sponsor. So we'll go back to green here, and I might get some revenge on Logano because I was a little bit upset about that. So we're back to green. No wheel spin this time, of course. And we're racing once again as Harvick makes a big move there from 41st place. So I'm not sure really why he's racing that hard, being a lap car, but Harvick going to Harvick. Ooh, lordy. And Truex is a lap down, so any of these guys passing me isn't actually losing positions for me. I had to lock up the brakes there going through 3 and 4. And I stay to the inside here. It's just there are cars just everywhere. Okay, there we go. All right. There's actually gaining some positions there as folks are kind of slow through the corner. Hamlin almost spins me out, and Austin Dillon actually does it. And around we go again. Well, once again, me getting loose off of turn 2 has consequences. Well, any worry about fuel should be out of the question at this point. We'll actually restart, I think, 13th. A few cars came into the pit, so let's see if we can actually get this restart finally right. Here we go. There were cars that pitted too, and we didn't get a good restart. So now it's just a matter of blocking as many people as we can, which I don't even manage to do very well. Just going to keep them behind and try not to get completely swarmed here. I got to get that good exit. That's what I really need right now. I didn't get it. And as you can see, oh, good grief. Again, brought out the last 3 yellows. Let's see what happened this time. Again, loose off of turn 2, into the wall, and get spun as I try to recover. Well, this is the first time I've restarted on the inside, and I'm inside of guess who? Joey Logano. So is this going to end in tears? I'm not going to take him out unless I have absolutely a good reason to. I tried because I wheel spun. If I hadn't wheel spun, I wouldn't have done that, but I wheel spun, and why not? So back to the green. It's just going to be I'm just going to try to survive this time. We're 21st. Not an amazing place to be. And now we're 3 wide with Allgaier and McDowell. In fact, that was for position in both cases, I believe. No, it's only for position in terms of McDowell. I got almost spun out. McMurray continues to try to pass, and he does it. So, all right. Let's let this settle in a little bit. Stewart has gotten out in front of the race. We were actually racing with him earlier, which is kind of frustrating. The whole complexion of the race, unfortunately, seemed to change when Jimmy Johnson spun himself on me. Kind of what changed everything. And now we're kind of struggling a bit as everybody else is pulling away. I'd love it if they started slowing each other up, though. I'd love it if we started getting a pack going here, so I could start making some passes. Oh, good grief. Really, Hamlin? I just got McMurray'd by Hamlin. I don't know what he was doing. There's not any space there. I'm sorry, dude. I'm going for broke this time. We're doing 4 tires, repairing the car. It's going to be a green-white checker situation, at least for once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times, but we're going to go for it, try to gain as many positions and points and prize money as we can in this last restart. All right, we're going to restart in 22nd position, and we're on the outside of Joey Logano. Once again, our rivalry begins with Joey Logano. as well as it did with
Looking really good,
Casey
buddy.
Mears. So
Gotta just
underway,
smooth,
I
calm,
wheel
step
spun,
forward.
continue to wheel spin.
One back, coming low.
Okay, now we're on. Now we're on it. So at least we have fresh tires, so we'll be able to not completely get
Low.
just completely overwhelmed here through 1 and 2. On the exit, come on, let's get some positions here.
We're on the high
Logano's the next car we're going to need to pass, which we're able to do.
side. The driver in first is 2
We'll
seconds
drive
ahead.
Chase Elliott down into the corner, why not? Oh yeah, fresh
Keep it
tires
low,
were the
keep it
were the
low.
way to go here. Come on. Get into Chase, passing the
Watch
grass,
out, this
white
is it.
flag.
One more.
17th position. Not bad right now. We got 1 lap to make
On
up
your
some
rear.
more positions on these fresh tires. Ooh, big stack up here.
One back, coming high.
Major stack up there. We get underneath Gordon. Push Allgaier down the
outside.
back straightaway.
Cover your outside.
Can we get underneath Allgaier?
He's
No.
right on you. Stay on the bottom.
We get a top 10. We wreck Allgaier.
Right
Come on,
side's
come on.
clear.
Top 10, top 10, top 10. It's right there. Can we get it? I don't think we're going to get it. Carl Edwards wins. 11th place,
That was great
whatever.
racing right there.
We'll take the
You did well
points.
today.
So Carl Edwards took the win as fresh tires were absolutely the key to the end of that race. Wise actually finished a strong 4th. Labani, a master of this track, finished 9th. I finished 11th. Keselowski, the pole sitter, just behind me in 14th. Let's go down through the rest of the field. We'll look for your favorite driver. A lot of weird lap leaders and a lot of guys, once again, a lap down and multiple laps down. In fact, Jimmy Johnson was 4 laps down at the end of this race. So pretty wild. Darrell Waltrip was absolutely wrong, like I was about the Daytona 500. So Carl Edwards wins, and in the next video, we will be taking a look at the point standings to see where I stack up with the rest of the field. So can't wait to see you there. The NASCAR 15 career mode rumbles on, and we will see you in the next video. This has been David Land.